Jannik Sinner snaps back at his doubters, but are his rivals finding a way to unsettle him? It was back in June that Alexander Bublik beat Jannik Sinner on a grass court in Halle, and now former Grand Slam doubles champion Ryan Harrison has hinted that match could have been more significant than we dared to imagine. Bublik's win was dismissed as a natural reaction for Sinner, coming a few days after his heartbreaking French Open defeat against Carlos Alcaraz in Paris. Yet, he backed that defeat with a match against Grigor Dimitrov at Wimbledon that looked set to end in defeat until the Bulgarian picked up an injury that forced him to retire from the match. Sinner's dominant win in the Wimbledon final against Alcaraz banished any notion that players had started to uncover a way to unsettle the world number one, but fresh question marks were raised after a lackluster display at the US Open against Denis Shapovalov. The defending champion has not lost a hard-court Grand Slam match for 2 years, but he was in real peril at 3-0 down in the third set with the pair locked at unsettle. More tennis news. John McEnroe reveals how Jannik Sinner has surprised him as he makes turmoil comment. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner's Grand Slam totals predicted by legendary coach. Shapovalov had won their only previous meeting at the Australian Open 4 years ago, and he had a chance to move 4-0 ahead in that second set before Sinner stormed back to win 5-7, 6-4, 6-3, 6-3. Yet as the Italian reflected on his passage to the last 16 in New York, he admitted he had been pushed all the way. "It was a very, very tough match today," said Sinner. "I know Denis for quite a long time. I knew I had to play at a very, very high level. I'm very happy that I managed to win. He started off very well. I just tried to stay there mentally. He started off very well, so I just tried to stay there mentally, trying to see what's coming. The last time we played was some years ago, and I feel like we've both improved so much. I knew that I had to play at a very, very high level today, so I'm very happy that I managed to win." In his press conference, he insisted he was not surprised by his struggle against Shapovalova as he added, "I'm not a machine. I also struggle sometimes. Today I felt like for my side, I didn't struggle. I was playing great tennis and he also." Sinner was a relieved man as he wriggled out of a mini-crisis against Shapovalov, but former French Open doubles champion Harrison believes the locked room may finally start to see some cracks in the game of the four-time Grand Slam champion. After throwing in 38 unforced errors against Shapovalov, Sinner's inconsistency will inspire future opponents to believe he can be beaten, but Harrison is among those convinced the mood music around the defending champion may be changing. "I thought Shapo's game plan was really good going out there. We're getting a little bit of a book on guys giving Sinner some trouble," Harrison told Sky Sports. Bublik a little while ago had the variety on the backhand side, and then at Wimbledon when he struggled with Dimitrov, a guy who uses a lot of variety. Guys are not wanting to stay in rallies with Sinner, because when they do, they don't win. Tennis legend Martina Navratilova also gave her verdict on Sinner, as she claimed he will be worried by the display against Shapovalov. "Shapovalov played tennis like he used to, and now he's healthy, and Jannik wasn't hitting the ball as well, or looking like himself until the end of the match," said the 18-time Grand Slam singles champion. "He got himself out of trouble, but he must be worried a little bit." Sinner bounced back from his lucky escape against Dimitrov to win Wimbledon in emphatic fashion, and he may well do the same at the US Open, but any suggestion that the reigning champ is unbeatable can now be banished after this uncertain display against Shapovalov. Read next. Carlos Alcaraz takes over from Jannik Sinner as world number one in live rankings, but the Italian can win it back.